Hey guys, welcome back to Holistic Homesteading with the Hurst. I'm Megan, and today we are in the process of making some more bone broth, and I wanted to go over all of the benefits of bone broth, how to make it, and how you can use it in your recipes. So be sure to hit that subscribe button for more videos, and let's get into it. First off, I want to say that Elizabeth Quam, I think I'm saying her last name correct, from Homesteading for Health is the one who inspired me to make this video. So I've been wanting to do some more recipe videos that aren't technically like here's how you make a recipe, but how to construct a recipe as well as the nutrient benefits from certain things. So bone broth is actually one of the things that we consume pretty regularly here. I take it in a powder form, and I'll show you guys that in just a second, but we also make it ourselves. So what we do is we buy a share of a cow. We always ask for the bones whenever we order our processing cuts and stuff, and you can do that as well. If you're getting grass-fed, like 100% grass-fed cow, or if you are getting pasture-raised chicken or organically fed pigs or pork, I guess is what you would call it, anything that has been raised in a healthy environment, has been given really healthy food that is made for them to digest, is going to make good bone broth. So currently we have beef bones in our crock pot. The easiest way to do it is to take your bones, put them in the crock pot, and just top them off with clean water, so purified water. We use ours from our Berkey. And then you want to add a little bit of apple cider vinegar, probably about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar for a batch. And I would say we probably have 2 pounds of bones in there right now. We use a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. You could also do lemon juice, but the apple cider vinegar or the lemon juice just helps to extract all of the nutrients, all of the collagen from the bones. So that's why you want to put that in there. And then we also add sea salt in there for some extra minerals. You can add vegetables, garlic, onions, anything like that if you want to make it like a soupy broth. But if you just want to add it to practically anything without a whole lot of added flavor in there, then all you have to do is just add water, apple cider vinegar, and a little bit of salt. And you can put this with just about anything. We use the bone broth to make our rice with, so instead of doing our water in the rice while we cook it, we'll do our bone broth. So that is just adding a lot more nutrients to that rice. We'll also put it in our smoothies, so it doesn't have a whole lot of flavor to that. If anything, it has like the beef bones have like a buttery flavor, so we will put that inside of our smoothies. Brian likes to do it with his smoothies, and they always taste really good. Of course, we always add like honey or some type of sweetener, stevia, blueberries, something like that to give it a little bit of a sweet taste. Mine is a bone broth powder, and it is flavored salted caramel. Let me show you guys. So this one is bone broth powder by Ancient Nutrition, and I'm going to reach out to them and see if I can't get you guys like a coupon code just for being my listener or watcher, follower. But this is bone broth protein and salted caramel, and I love to eat this in my smoothies. I've also made baked oatmeal with it. It's absolutely delicious. Instead of using the liquid, I will just put that in there with my water and make it the required liquid amount and make a baked oatmeal, and it just adds a little bit of flavor and a lot of nutrition. So all right, so let's get into why bone broth is good for you. What's the health benefits of it? So there are so many different health benefits from bone broth, and just like any other health food, you are going to get a lot more benefits than what you may be using it for, because the body is not just one thing. It is a full thing, a full system that works. And when you affect one part of the body, you're going to affect the entire body in many different systems. So I've got some notes here. So collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body. Collagen is in bone broth, and that is where you're going to find the best collagen for human consumption. So There are plant collagens, which they have their purpose, but in Chinese medicine, like supports like. So if you are eating bones or the things that's coming from the bones, then you are supporting your bones. And plants don't have bones, so they are not going to be necessarily, not that they're not nutrient dense, but they're just not going to have the best makeup for a human body. So collagen is in your connective tissue. It is in your hair, skin, nails, your teeth, and also your skin is your largest organ. So we tend to forget about that, and collagen is going to help with anti-aging stuff. So if you have wrinkles or cellulite, anything like that, collagen is going to be there to kind of help either slow that down and in some cases reverse it. I take collagen on a daily basis, or I do bone broth protein, which collagen is in it. So I take that in on a daily basis, and I honestly notice a huge difference in the way my skin looks. Not just wrinkles and stuff, but the hydration of my skin. If it's dry, I can do bone broth and notice that I don't have to use as much moisturizer. The elasticity of my skin seems to be better. It's a little firmer and tighter. So bone broth also helps to heal injuries. When I have an injury, and it's not if, it's always when, because I fall or I do new workouts, muscles get tight and pull at things, and you know, it's inevitable pretty much as you get older to have some type of injury, at least for me. But anytime I have an injury, I will up my consumption of bone broth, like double it, if not triple it. And I will do that until my injury is healed. Because it is providing the nutrients that your connective tissue, your skin, your joints, your muscles need to heal, it is going to help speed up that recovery a lot faster. A lot of people are kind of like turned off by the word bone broth, but it's something that our ancestors have done for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years. And up until recently, I think it was maybe in the late 1800s, I could be wrong, maybe the early 1900s, something like that. Not too long ago, we decided to start shipping stuff, and the things that were staying the best were the muscle meats in the shipping process. And so they started just discarding organ meats, bones, and things like that because people couldn't get it to people fresh enough. We like to approach the whole nose to tail process of an animal so that nothing goes to waste, that animal's life was not in vain, and we are getting the most nutrients from our food that is possible. So bone broth can also help with the lining of your stomach if you have leaky gut. If you're not sure what that is where you are eating foods or toxins that are kind of eating through the lining of your gut, and it can cause a lot of food sensitivities, food allergies. So bone broth can help to correct the lining or heal the lining of the gut so that you will have less stomach issues, digestive issues, and things like that. I will point out though that you definitely need to only consume bone broth from a trusted person. You do not want them eating GMO corn or wheat. GMO stands for genetically modified organisms, or anything that has been sprayed. So glyphosate is typically what's in Roundup. That is what is in a genetically modified seed for corn and wheat, and I think soybeans is another one. And glyphosate is what has been found in bone tissue, and it causes cancer. Like, there's so many lawsuits against Roundup for this. Sorry, I have my sister's kids over here today, and on top of my kids, they're just interrupting sometimes, so you know, just live life. Glyphosate has been known to cause cancer. There's so many different lawsuits against Roundup because of it. This stuff is sprayed on our food. So if you are eating bones or bone broth from cows or chickens or anything that have been fed GMO, they have that into their bones. It mimics an amino acid that it goes like directly into your bones or is in the makeup of your bones. So glyphosate goes in there and it just wreaks havoc and causes cancer and all kinds of other things. So you definitely want to make sure that your source of bones is from 100% grass-fed or pasture-raised, organically raised, non-GMO, because you do not want that stuff in there. Because if you think about it, like supports like. So if that stuff is going to help your bones and it's going to get into your bones and help them become stronger, if it already has glyphosate in there, then you definitely don't want to be consuming that, because that's going to go straight to your bones and you're just defeating the purpose of even trying to do better. So make sure that you're getting it from a trusted source. A few ways that you can find bones that are from a trusted source are from your local farmer. Some stores will save the bones of grass-fed animals or organically raised animals. Our local stores don't. I think Earth Fare and Whole Foods have before. I'm not really sure of any other ones. We have bought bones from them before. You can also use the broth that you cook your whole chicken in if you're doing chicken. You put your whole chicken in the crock pot, fill up the crock pot with water just to cover the chicken. If you want to add in your spices and herbs and things like that, you can do that. But then you just take the meat off, take the broth out, which is going to have some collagen in there, and then you can put the bones back in there, cover them with water, and cook them. So the time span on cooking bone broth, the first 24 hours, you're going to get the most collagen out of it. So you want to do it for at least 24 hours and really no longer than 48 hours. So in our crock pot right now, we've already done one batch of collagen or bone broth from a set of bones. We did it for 24 hours. And what I'm going to do next is another 24 hours on a different set of water, I guess. Same bones, we just refilled the water after we took the rest of the bone broth out. We just refilled the water, and I want those bones to be really brittle because I'm going to put them in a blender and crush up the bones as fine as possible. And it can be used for in your garden. So bone meal, you can feed it to your animals, or you can put it in your smoothie as a supplement. So once it's into like that fine powder, you really can do endless things with it. So you're going to be able to put it in a smoothie or just sprinkle it over top of your rice or whatever. Like I said, the beef bone broth I have found to be the tastiest as far as just plain. Because it has almost like a buttery taste to it, and it is so good. I'm going to show you what our bone broth looks like cold. Okay, so this was our first batch of bone broth from this last set of bones. And once it's cold, you can kind of tell that it is solid collagen because of how jelly it is. So it is not moving. This solid piece right here is more fatty, and then this down here is going to be most of your protein. So this is straight from the bones. I'm not really sure how they make beef gelatin. I need to look into that, but I just feel like that would be an easy way to make jello is just to do this, blend up some fruit in it, maybe some honey, and then just let it cool, and maybe that's a possibility that you could do as well. I haven't tried it, but you can let me know in the comment section below if you try it. So there are so many different nutrients that are within the bones that you can extract from it and get it through bone broth and collagen. So I hope this inspires you and gives you a little bit of information on bone broth, how to make it. I will do a blog post on how to make bone broth, just plain and simple, so that you can use it for lots of other things, and I will put it in the description box below when it is ready. But if you want to learn some more, you can go on over to Homesteading for Health, and on their channel I will put their link in the description box below, and she goes into a little bit more detail on the certain amino acids that are in bone broth, and she also has like the whole chicken butchering part of the, like, from farm to table, how you start from the beginning with the chicken and it ends up to chicken salad and chicken broth. So it's a really great video, very informative, and I hope that you guys enjoy this video because I kind of geek out on not just yummy, delicious recipes, but also like the nutrients that are inside of them and what it can do for our bodies. So I love to share that kind of stuff with you guys, and I just haven't done that in a while. It's been more about the homesteading part, and I really want to kind of balance it with the holistic health side of it as well. So if you do like this type of video, be sure to click the thumbs up button so that I know what you guys are liking. And let me know in the comment section below, have you ever tried bone broth? And if you haven't, are you up to try it? So just let me know. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.